What if I told you your paycheck is not the prize, it's the pacifier? And until you see your job for what it really is, you'll never get anywhere financially. Your paycheck is designed to give you just enough to get by, just enough to stay comfortable, just enough to not question the system. But here's the truth. That comfort, that's the real trap. Because until your frustration with barely enough becomes greater than your comfort with just okay, nothing is going to change. What's up, everybody? I'm Zap Wrath, musician and actor turned content creator, and I'm here to help you design a practical and personal money blueprint that provides a sustainable framework for achieving your financial goals. And in this video, I'm breaking down how your paycheck has been psychologically weaponized to keep you dependent, and how you can actually turn your job into your training ground for financial escape. So make sure you stick to the end of this video, because I'm going to reveal a step-by-step blueprint that breaks the paycheck cycle for good. And it starts with one simple mindset shift that you can make today. But before we get started, all I ask, as always, is that you hit that like button, because that lets the almighty algorithm know that this is a cool video and more people should see it. Okay, so let's be real. Payday feels good, right? That small dopamine rush when your direct deposit hits, I know, it feels good. And it's no accident, because it's a system that's engineered to keep you feeling safe. It's just safe enough to not rebel. And if you really think about it, it's not freedom, it's sedation. You celebrate the income, but you don't question the outcome. And this is where the trap begins. You stop questioning why your raise barely covers rent. You stop noticing that everything is going up except your pay. And that's the trick. And if you stay comfortable, you'll stay compliant. And the system rewards comfort, not freedom. And companies are counting on you to stay comfortable, because if your paycheck ever truly reflected your value, you'd stop depending on them.
Yes, go on.
To understand this system, we've got to rewind just a little bit. This concept of work, 9 to 5, getting a salary, the idea of trading hours for dollars, it didn't always exist. Before the Industrial Revolution, people didn't have jobs, they had skills. They were farmers, they were traders, they were craftsmen. You didn't clock in and clock out. You produced something, and you were paid for the value of what you created. Then came the Industrial Revolution, and now we have machines and factories, we have mass production, and for the first time, companies needed predictable, controllable human labor. So they created the modern job system, a structure where your time could be bought wholesale, 8 hours of your life, 5 days of your week in exchange for a steady paycheck. It was revolutionary at the time, and for a while it worked, and it actually pulled millions of people out of poverty and created what we know now as the middle class. But here's the problem. That system was built for the machine age, not the information age, not the AI age for sure. And we're stepping into a new time. It was all the way back in 1926 when Henry Ford standardized the 9 to 5 workday for factory efficiency, not for human fulfillment. And 100 years later, we're still following the rule for assembly lines. We've been conditioned to think that having a good job equals stability, but in today's economy, stability doesn't come from trading hours. It comes from owning output. The old system rewarded obedience, but the new system rewards ownership. And you can't expect to get ahead if you're running a 1900s playbook in a 2000s economy. But you can expect to get ahead if you subscribe to this channel, because if you've made it this far in the video, then you're probably enjoying my content. So if you'd like to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss my next financial insight. Okay, so here's where most people get it wrong. And this is why I titled the video this way. Your paycheck is the enemy, but your job is not.
Huh?
People go around hating their job. I don't want to go to work. I can't stand my job. But they don't understand how incredibly powerful and useful their job is. It's all about perspective. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to watch my video about the beginner's guide to money, because there are two major things that produce millionaire income outside of your job. One is a business, and two is an income producing asset. And guess what? Your job is number one. It's a business that somebody started. Stop looking at your job as a chore and start looking at it as a training ground. Most businesses fail, but your job was successful enough to be able to hire you. So you should be learning from them, not despising them. Your job can teach you everything you need to build your own business, but you have to start looking at it the right way. It gives you structure and income while you develop key qualities like discipline and consistency and time management. Learn how your company markets. How do they manage clients? How do they track expenses? How do they deliver results? This is all free training that you're getting for your future brand. Relationships. You're going to need to rely on relationships more than ever if you're going to start a business. So every coworker, every boss, every client, that's a potential connection. It's a future investor. It's a collaborator. It's a referral. Relationships are huge, and you can get a lot of relationships through your job. And if that isn't enough, in addition to it developing you, your job can literally finance your escape plan. If you do the things that we talk about on this channel, save aggressively, reduce lifestyle inflation, change bad habits, you can generate the capital that would allow you to invest in education and skills in your first side business. And if you don't want to be at your job forever, you're going to have to build something. That's how the majority of millionaires make it, through a business that they own or income-producing asset. So don't ignore the place that has the tools that you need to build your foundation. All right, so like we typically do on this channel, let's get out of the theory and get into something practical. Here's a 4-step process you can use to break free from the paycheck cycle for good. Step 1, saving and studying. Before you get on that tightrope, you need to make sure that you have a net under you. So in addition to an emergency fund, many people recommend 3 to 6 months expenses saved up for that. I would also build what's called a freedom fund, at least 6 to 12 months of expenses to give you a little extra cushion. So that's the financial side. Then when it comes to development, while you're stacking cash, start researching. What businesses or investments fit your personality, your skill, your risk tolerance? Because if you just jump out and say, oh, I saw somebody talking about this, it looks like it makes a lot of money, I'm going to do it too. And that's what a lot of people do, but every business isn't for everybody. Every investment isn't for everybody. It might make a lot of money, but you might not be good at it. It might be popular, but it also might be too risky for you. So you have to do some homework and evaluate which direction that you want to go in. Step 2, function and fulfillment. Now it's time to simply try things out. And one of the biggest business lessons that I've learned is to test everything. Don't just jump off the deep end. Does your idea actually work? Because guess what? Most ideas don't. Try that side hustle on off hours while you still have your job. Invest just a little bit and see what your return is. You're not replacing your paycheck yet. You're still in discovery mode, and you're discovering what you actually enjoy, what actually works in the real world, and not just on a spreadsheet. Find the balance between function, what pays you, and fulfillment, what feels right. Step 3, scalability and stability. So starting a business is like 10 times harder than working at your job. And if you're doing everything at your business, you will burn out long term and probably not grow. So you want to make sure that your business is scalable, meaning that you can grow your operations and increase your profits without being limited by resources, such as the human capital that you're personally investing in the business. So find something that works and see if it has the potential to expand. Don't create another job that just traps you in again. Focus on what you can grow without devouring your time. And you want something that pays you consistently and gives you the flexibility that a paycheck never could. Then see if your business can remain stable if it scales. And this is where the concept of leverage comes in. If you have one client, figure out how you can add a second client without doing double the work. Does scaling strengthen your business or does it stress your business out? Now for investments, it's more automatic, right? You invest more money, you get a higher return. So here you just want to be careful about diversification and not put all of your eggs in one basket. With investing, there are many avenues you can try, lots of ways to get started. You got stocks, you got real estate, you got commodities, and even crypto. For example, if you download the Gemini app using the link in the description of this video, deposit at least $100 and trade it for crypto, excluding stablecoins, you'll receive a $50 bonus within 30 days just for trying it out. And if you download the Kraken app using the link in the description of this video, also deposit at least $100 and trade it for crypto, excluding stablecoins, you'll get a $15 bonus within 2 weeks. So if you try both apps just by watching this video, you can earn an extra $65, and that's a 32.5% return on your money.
All right.
Okay, so the last step, step 4, is testing and timing. And I know what you're thinking. I thought we already tested the business. Yeah, we just tested it to see if it works. Now we can test it to see if it works in different economic environments. And trust me, there are businesses that worked in 2019 just fine. And in 2020, it didn't work anymore and they had to shut down. I know that's an extreme example, but you get what I'm saying. Can your business or investment survive a bad month, a bad quarter, a bad year? Can you handle a recession? Can you handle a shift in the market? Can you handle a curveball in life that you didn't see coming? If your business or investment can weather these storms, then you're probably ready to evaluate the timing of your exit. So, how do you know when to leave your job? Here's an easy way to figure that out. Ask yourself, is my job holding me back? Can my business or investments grow faster if I didn't have to go to work today? Not theoretically, but in terms of a measurable and scalable use of your time. If the answer is yes, that's when you know. It might be time to make a move and finally defeat that comfortable paycheck enemy. So this is a huge mindset shift in terms of how you see your job. That paycheck can either be the leash that keeps you tied down, or it can be the rope that you use to climb out of your situation and obtain financial freedom. And the moment you stop seeing your paycheck as the prize and start seeing it as a tool, everything can change. So if you like this video, click that share button. Share it with at least 2 people you know who are stuck in the paycheck cycle. And if this video helped you see money differently, hit that subscribe button because every week we're exposing financial systems, breaking down modern money traps, and building your blueprint for financial independence. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.